Alright, so we're going to get started into the actual run itself, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do everything. This is the stats for my EV. It's actually a lot lower than quad 500, but you don't actually need the range that much. This is the stats for the summoner, about 500. You want to have higher HP. These are the stats for the this one. Again, uh, quad 500, quad 500, about quad 500. These stats are a little over, but honestly, this doesn't matter. Just focus on the range more than anything. Focus on range and like maybe HP. And then I said we would be using this character here, our mage, but I'm gonna try doing it without because I don't really want to remove the gear from this character as well. As you can see, I have had to remove a lot of gear from my characters. So yeah, a thing I would also recommend as a bonus is make sure that your Jester character has, first of all, high cast rate, but second of all, a genie. I'm not putting one on because I'm too lazy to go find one that isn't gonna annihilate my stats and make them go super high. Um, Anyways, so campaign, Moonbase, hardcore. I don't believe you have a timer on hardcore or on anything below insane. Yeah. So the thing is, because of that, you can actually just go take your time here and press all the buttons. Now, I started out with my EV as my character. I would recommend you start out with not your EV as your character, because EV is just it's kind of slow. You know what I mean? It's just a bit of a slow character, and it takes a lot longer to move around. But yeah, again, you are playing on hard, so you have all the time in the world. Just go around here and collect all your random stuff. An important thing to know here is that your Jester only needs to be about level 60. Any of your characters generally should only need to be about level 60. Of course, probably not because you want to use mythicals to get your stats, but your DPS character only needs to be around level 60. So first I'm going to go to my Aura Monk. Again, this is the Aura Monk. Literally just everything comes from this and a little bit from me. Any of the spare stats I just put into like casting rate or speed or something. So now you can see this is the aura size on Insane. So what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to place this aura right here. Right there. And then we're going to place another set of auras right here. Now the thing is, this set of auras, lower it down to about this size. Make sure you place them right here. This is the regular triple stack of auras. That's going to be your aura layout. Next is your traps. Again, these are the stats. You'll have a bit lower range, maybe probably. For your traps, just for now, put one gas trap here, one fire trap here. Go back here, put one gas trap here, put one fire trap here. Now, as a bonus, this is just because you have a lot of extra DU from not using the mage. You're gonna go and just put another proximity mine, I don't know, fucking spike trap, whatever, just to kind of fill out the DU a bit more. Um, Essentially, this crystal over here is gonna break, which is gonna destroy anything around its area, and the crystal over there is gonna break. Now, because those auras are actually made smaller by me on purpose, they won't be made smaller. So I'll be roughly fine over there. Now, you might notice I have low mana. I haven't even finished the build. But the thing is, you can get a bunch of mana from somewhere else. But next up is the placement of these buff beams. So place if I get 5 DU buff beam here, a whatever DU buff beam there, in front of them put a reflector wall. The DU doesn't matter, just, I don't know, just somewhere in front of them. And then we're going to put some mages back here. So put another reflector beam right here, another reflector beam right here. And we're going to have 2 more buff beams over here. Keep in mind, we're nowhere near maxing out the DU, even with everything placed right now. Anyways, we have this place opened, and we're just going to go for a mana. I'm used to this, so I can do it pretty easily, but I would recommend you go on the blue setting. But you don't really need that much mana. Just need to have enough mana to like fill it up, and there's no time constraint for you, which is really nice. but get yourself mana from doing this. Now, we got a bunch of mana from that. Way more than we're going to actually need for now, at least. But move over to this fish. There's also extra chests over here. There we go. We got the fish. Have touched the fish. And then we're going to go back and place our last set of, what's it called? Buff beams. Now the thing is about buff beams, they increase the range of your things, and they increase also the damage and the attack rate, and I believe the resistance of your things, which is why we're actually placing them on the why they're important on the character on the fucking minions. There we go. Now as far as the minions go, it's up to your summoner. So what you're gonna do here is these minions will be fine, by the way. Don't worry about the crystal destroying them. I'm gonna place 4 of these right here, 4 or 5, however many you can fit. And then I'm gonna place one, and then move, and then 8, which is this hold position thing. So if they have just spawned and you try to get them to move, they could actually move through anything. And then back here, we're gonna summon 2 of these and 2 of these. There we go. Now we have our spiders. And then some more archers. It'll be a little bit more skewed on this side as far as the archers go. Now, the next part is going to be the most important part. Again, you might want to use extra mages. I have no idea. I've literally never done this before. You are seeing me do this for the first time right now. So we need some more mana. So we're just going to go back to that one area and get the rest of the mana. Again, you don't even need to do that good on the Dance Dance Revolution thing. You just have a bunch of mana. Don't worry about it. And you can always practice this as much as you need to. Ooh, there we go. That's enough mana. I can summon this mage. I believe I'm out of DU here. If you're out of DU and you really need it, you can sell 1 or 2 of these archers. It won't really make that much of a difference. I'm not gonna, just because I want to see if I can do it with 2 mages rather than 3. Now, what do I do, by the way, for with my extra DU? I don't place anything except for the gas trap and the fire trap. And then right here, I will make a little cubicle where I will put a bunch of Deadly Strike towers. I'll put a buff beam on them. I'll put a reflector beam around them, like making a little reflector beam wall around them. And yeah, but anyways, so now we're gonna swap to this character and just kind of wait. So stuff over there will be getting hit and won't like it, but they can deal with it. Nobody cares as long as they don't go down. And now you have a Jhin that spawned. There we go. That area is gonna die. There's Jhin. Boom. You've 2-shotted. So you don't even need to worry about that. Now the thing is, keep in mind, if you're placing Deadly Striker towers, if these guys have no lightning resistance, they will be killed. This one wouldn't be killed, so you would be fine, and this crystal wouldn't become an issue for you later on. But yeah. So one thing we're going to be using here is the ability that the Jester has to move around the towers. Once we kill these last 2 guys right here, there you go. So now is where we put all the stuff in the proper place. Now make sure your Jester, try to make sure your Jester has low range. I don't. That's just because I'm a little stupid and one of these gives me a good amount of range. There we go. I put it back to 0 range just because. Now, summoning with the Jester is a little funky, but just click on them, press the plus button, make them big, and then just place them right there. And as you can see, we reach them a lot farther. We're going to do the same with these auras over here. We're going to place them right here. Snare aura, electric aura, and our strength drain. Now, I was spamming plus there, but I didn't actually decrease the size at any point in time. Next up is this set of towers. So we're just going to put it like right on these stairs, just about. These stairs are really finicky with actually deciding to buff these things, by the way, so might have to fiddle around with that a little bit. And then this last one right here. Another thing I should mention, if the Jins become too much of an issue, for one reason or another, you can just spam the ever-living Christ out of these gas traps in the middle area, and they'll just constantly be getting caught on the gas traps. Now we're good to go, and we're essentially just going to be DPSing things down while also upgrading things. Your main goal here is to just upgrade all of your towers to be like maximum, what's we call it? Upgrade all of your towers to be maxed out. These buff beams, because these will be your lifeline. These will be the most important thing by far. Out of everything that you have, the buff beams will be integral. A bit of post-editor commentary once again. Some things that I messed up here. I said DSTs a lot than LTs, but I hope the message got across. I think at some point I said like something about insane, but essentially just as long as you're below Nightmare, you deal a lot more damage, and because of that, you might want to focus on your damage a lot more. Do not upgrade your EV beams too much, especially if they're boosting a range tower like a trap or an aura here. Otherwise, it might get killed when the crystal gets killed. But once both the crystals are done, you're good to go. We just move everything there, and you can do whatever you want. Now, obviously, I have a DPS weapon here that you might not have, but it sort of kind of doesn't matter. But it's really easy to get one anyway, so I'd highly recommend it. There's going to be a lot of Jins later on in this video. Just in general, if you're playing on a Jester, which you should be, try to just put a bunch of the Wheel of Fortuna abilities and just get the triple sword a bunch, because that'll just do damage to all the enemies on the map at once. Your order priority, by the way, is your buff beams, auras, and traps. Nothing else really matters. Try to get your auras and traps up to up to a star, because otherwise they're going to go down really quickly, and you don't really want that. As you can see, these towers over here aren't really getting that low, because every time they're going to get low, we have our mages here to repair them. Now again, there's a bunch of Jins here. Just put a bunch of these the gas traps in the middle here, and that'll get rid of the Jins mattering. As you can see, there's a bunch already here that don't matter because of the fact that we have whatchamacallit? We have a bunch of these gas traps lying around anyways. Oh my god, there's so many Jin. There's so many Jin. You see this map on Nightmare and Survival. It's like a mess. And there we go. That's all of the ogres done. Now the thing is, these Jins, you could essentially just leave and come back in like an hour. These Jins will die no matter what, and they cannot kill your tower, your crystal. They'll literally just kill your towers at best. They won't, but you know, that's the most that they can do essentially. If you just have a few straggling around that you don't want to kill, you can hit them with one of these and kill the last few like that. There you go. You got whatever reward. Let's see, what were the stats that we got here? These are the fusion rifts that you got. Probably not going to be that good. They weren't that good. What's the upgraded percentage on these? Oh, that's actually a very nice upgrade amount. You could probably upgrade your weapon like this. There's the Quietus, kind of garbage. Some of the armor you'll be getting here, like this is a really nice set, or a piece of gear for around your level. And here's the fish. Sadly, none of these have all 4 stats, but as you can see, they're very high statted. I mean, look at this one. This is not even a fish, and you still want to use it. But yeah, so that's what you can expect. Now, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna upgrade these fish by 50 levels each, just to see if they get super big, because I saw a guy with a super big fish once, and I want it. Can't tell if they're super big or not. This one looks like it got the biggest. How bigger? How much bigger will it get? Not very much. Not big enough.